Hey everybody, today I wanted to talk about integrity. Integrity, when I looked it up in the dictionary before I started to make this video, the basic definition of integrity is the ability to have strong morals. Another way of saying that would just basically be follow through with what you say you're going to do. Growing up, one of the wonderful lessons that I got from my dad is that if he said he was going to do something, he meant it. And he always made sure that he followed through with what he said he was going to do. And that was a great life lesson. And I think part of me thought that that was just how everybody was, and not realizing that that's how he was, but it's not how everybody else was. And that was good in a lot of ways, because even though my dad had a temper, I still knew that A plus B equaled C. If he said you're going to get in trouble if you don't have your chores done, then if my chores weren't done, I wasn't surprised when I got in trouble. So, it was kind of good for that consistency. The good thing that it taught me was that if I say I'm going to do something, I follow through with it. And way too many people do not follow through. They don't have that integrity. That could mean following through with promises that you've made to other people or promises that you've made for yourself. And the big thing with integrity, and that's so important about really, really sticking to what you say you're going to do is it gives you the opportunity to really trust yourself. To really believe that when you say something to yourself or to others, you know that you're going to do it, because you're not going to say it if you are not going to do it. So once you've made that promise, it's like that verbal handshake of, hey, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to meet you at this place, or I am going to stick to a program, or whatever it is. In your mind, when you start really sticking to it, that's going to help you trust yourself more. And in turn, it helps other people trust you more. There are more than enough people in my life where when they say they're going to do something, I kind of say, nod my head. And I know that probably 90% of the time, it's not actually going to happen. However, if I say I'm going to do something, I will go out of my way to make sure that I do it. Because once I've said it, I don't want to be someone who doesn't follow through. Because that, for me, it's important for me to follow through with my integrity. It's something that's really important to me. So I started to think a little bit about, some of the issues of why people might not follow through with their integrity. They don't follow through with what they say they're going to do. Part of it might be that it's because maybe you haven't followed through before, so you don't actually trust yourself to begin with. In the past, maybe you've said many times you were going to do something. I'm going to lose that weight. I'm going to go to the gym. But you don't actually mean it because you've never actually really followed through with it. Anyone who has decided that they're going to lose weight, for example, you didn't gain weight from one day of eating badly. You didn't. I didn't. When I gain weight, it's because I've not eaten well for a few days at a time. So you're not going to lose weight by just taking one day to eat healthy either. So living in integrity, the reason why it's so important is every day you should be working towards your goal. Some days it'll be more than others. Some days will be less than others. But if you have a commitment to for example, in this example, I'm thinking specifically about the 6-week transformational program. But if there's a commitment to having an end result, having a business completed, having lost some weight, being more healthy, eating better, things that are, and again, you have to be very specific so you know exactly what it is you're working towards. But if that's your real commitment, living in integrity means that you're going to work towards that every single day. Now, life is not so simple in that it's not like every day is a blank slate and there's not other things that get in the way. But the problem is that we can keep making excuses of, well, this person's sick, or I'm on vacation, or I'm doing this, or, whatever else is going on. And then no matter what, those 2 or 3 weeks, 4, 5, 6 weeks are going to go by and you're not going to get to your goal. And then in your mind, you're going to say to yourself, see, I didn't follow through again. You're not living in integrity. You didn't say what you were going to do, or you didn't follow through with what you said you were going to do. So it ends up being a vicious cycle. So I'm really going to ask you, if you are working to live in integrity, you should be working every single day towards the goal that you have. And if you need to put up maybe a sign in your house and have that big why is it so important for you to do that? What is the pain that it's causing you to not achieve the goal that you have? If it's running your own business, if it's finding that dream job, if it's losing that weight you want to lose, what is the consequence? Living your dream job, not living your dream job, I should say, is slow death. Every day you're going to a place you hate. Well, after a while, I was just watching Zig Ziglar, and he was talking about there were these caterpillars, and there's these caterpillars that they follow each other in a straight line. And actually, the researcher had them follow each other in a circle. And for 7 days, they went in a circle. And in those 7 days, the researcher gave food and put it in the middle of those caterpillars. The caterpillars never ate the food. They just worked. They walked around and they worked and worked and worked, and they never even took the time to eat, and they ended up dying. Well, we're doing the same thing to ourselves. If we're in a job that we're not happy with, we're slowly killing ourselves. You are wasting the energy that you could be doing on something that you enjoy doing and would be doing a much better job on, where instead you're doing something that you don't really enjoy. When it comes to eating healthy and exercise, I mean, the obvious result is lower lifespan, not having as much energy, getting sick more often, missing more work, missing more time with your friends and family. If you have children, not being there for your children, not being able to experience all the great things that you have. Really look at the why. What is the pain that is being caused if you do not follow through with your integrity? And again, it doesn't have to be big steps every day, even if it's little steps every day. To go back one last time to that eating example, even if you're not eating perfectly every day, but you're eating mostly perfect, that is, or mostly well, I guess I should say, that's still going to get you better results than following the same unhealthy patterns that you've been doing before. So keep that goal in mind, stay in integrity. The most important person to be honest to is yourself. So when you say you're going to do something, follow through with it and really follow your heart, follow what's going to be good for you and best for you, and keep in mind that why. Keep in mind what that pain point is, the consequences is if you don't follow through every single day.